If you're watching this video, you're probably suffering from a lack of self-confidence or self-belief. My name's Matthew and I'm a psychotherapist and meditation teacher, and I've spent years teaching people how to reach their full potential by getting a better and stronger sense of self and self-belief. Self-belief and self-confidence really is just the belief that we will achieve what we want to, and we have the ability and tools to do so. When we're not confident, we're constantly viewing the future and the things we have to do with a negative mindset. We're believing and seeing all the things that can go wrong before they've happened. You must have done this yourself. I mean, I do it all the time. When you think of a new thing or something that's hard that we have to achieve, we start to make a list and the mind starts to picture all the things that can go wrong and all the things that we will do wrong in our pursuit of achieving what we need to. Now, this isn't uncommon, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. In fact, if this is happening to you a lot, it means your brain, well, a part of your mind is working really well. And this is the survival mind. Well, the survival mind is the evolutionary part of us, the part of us that's kept us alive and all our ancestors alive long enough for you to be sat here watching this video and for me to be doing this video. One of the ways it does this is by looking at the future in a really negative way. Now, if you think about it logically, that's quite a good thing in regards to keeping us alive, because it's looking at the worst case scenario so that we think of all the things that might go wrong and then work out ways and strategies to make sure that that doesn't happen. Now, that's okay in evolutionary terms, but it's not great when we're trying to achieve something, because often we get overwhelmed and this can shrink our confidence right down and have no belief in our ability whatsoever, because all we can see is problems. So how do we stop this? We need to move out of it and start to realize that we're not just our negative thinking, and also that the negative thinking and the negative projection about the future isn't necessarily true. So there's no point thinking about it. So how do we step out of the mind? How do we step out of the survival mind's agenda? Well, the key to stepping out of the survival mind's agenda is returning to the present moment, because in the present moment, we have a stronger sense of self. And that is because the real self, the self with all the confidence and with all the ability, is living and existing right now. And if we can move to that part of ourselves, that aspect of ourselves that is in the moment, that is experiencing life right now, we just feel a greater sense of calm and confidence. There's many reasons for this. The first reason is that we're stepping out of the survival mind's agenda. We're not listening to the projections of the future. We're coming back to reality to plan and move towards our goals. Another reason we feel more calm and centered is because we connect to that part of ourselves that is beyond our thinking and our emotions. And we start to realize that that is actually us. We're the person experiencing the thoughts and the feelings. We're not the thoughts and the feelings. And if we step out of the thoughts and the feelings and the projections of the future, we start to watch them almost like a river passing. And we decide when we're going to step into that river and step out of it without getting carried along in the flow. And when we do this, we realize that the thoughts and feelings can't overwhelm us. We can also choose which ones to engage with. And the ones that we think are just a little bit over the top and telling us, disaster stories and catastrophizing, we can just ignore. And if we can feel that part of ourselves, watching the present mind, we feel stable, we feel confident, and feel calm. The next question I'm sure you're asking is, how do we start to feel that part of ourselves? So what I want you to do is I just want you to take a deep, deep breath in through the nose and a long, steady out breath through the mouth, and just relax. And then another deep breath in through the nose and a long, steady out breath through the mouth, just extending the out breath as long as we can. And then one more deep breath in and a long, long, steady out breath. And then I just want you to bring all your attention to what you can hear. Just bring all your attention to what you can hear right now. Just listening out for any sounds. Just bringing all your attention to any sounds that you can hear. And then I just want you to bring your attention to your breath, moving in and out of the nostrils. And just noticing how the breath does that all on its own. And what you're going to start to notice is that as you're watching the breath, you're going to get caught in thought, and the thought's going to pull you off and distract you. When you notice that, you just come back to the breath. You get distracted, and you come back. You get distracted again, and you gently come back to the breath as it is in the moment. Just feeling that strength of presence as you do that. Just noticing how there's an aspect of you that can watch yourself get distracted and then gently bring yourself back to the breath in the moment as it is. And just feeling that sense of calm. Okay, now obviously that's going to take lots of practice, but hopefully you noticed there that as your thoughts moved you away from the breath, you were able to bring them back. There was an aspect of you that was able to bring your concentration back, and that is the present mind. And hopefully you started to get a sense of what the present mind feels like just behind the thoughts and the thinking. Now, if you didn't, that's totally fine. As I say, it's going to take practice. But if you can do that more and more, if you can bring your attention back to what you're doing right now, you're going to start to feel a sense of presence more and more. And within that is the key to lasting self-confidence. If you want to know more about that and the feeling of presence that you can achieve, that can give you the confidence to achieve your goals, then click on the school link below, and you will be able to have me support you through a complete system called Mind Hacking 101, which allows us to move out of the tyranny of the survival mind, back into this sense of presence, and get the confidence we need to really achieve what we want to in our lives. I hope that was useful.